going to talk about data visualization. That's the topic for today. And I'll introduce myself. My name is Franca Ibuzo. I'm CEO at Cheska Global Solutions Limited. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer, a business intelligence expert, a Microsoft data analyst associate, a mentor with Techstylers. Now the course outline is understanding available visuals, selecting the right visuals, configure and edit visuals, adding a report theme, and applying filters and slicers. Okay, so introduction to data visualization. Data visualization is the process of creating visual representation of data to convey information and insights more effectively. Yeah, graphs. Yeah, so it allows you to quickly identify patterns, trends, and outliers that may not be immediately apparent in a table or spreadsheet by using graphs, charts, and other visual aids. You can present complex data in a way that is easy to understand, even for those without a technical background. So you can tell a story with visuals. Yeah. Okay. Data is everywhere, in schools, on social media, in sports, even in your favorite apps. Yeah, but looking at numbers alone can be confusing or boring. You don't want to just keep looking at numbers, figures. Yeah, it's yeah, when you see when you tell a story with visuals, it's more interesting. So that's where data visualization comes in. It helps turn numbers into pictures that tell a story. So by the end of today's session, you'll be able to understand different types of charts and when to use each one, decide which chart fits the kind of data you have, make your visuals look clean, clear, and professional. Add tools like filters and let people interact with your chart. Yeah. At the last class, you learned how to clean your data. Yeah. And yeah, okay. So today we're going to use a data set. So understanding available visuals. What is data visualization and why is it relevant? Okay, yeah, so data visualization and why it is relevant. Why do companies emphasize on visualizing data and what does it change? The data visualization helps make complex data metrics viewable by all team members in terms of metrics that they understand for the purpose of identifying hidden patterns and making predictions. Hence, the use of data visualization is extremely important, especially for those dealing with large amounts of data. Yeah, you don't want to keep seeing numbers. Yeah, but when you see graphs, yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. Okay, first, before we even go on to this types of visuals to cover, I'd like to bring in a data set. Yeah, the data set we'll be using, I sent it to the platform. It's called Sales Copy. Yeah. I'll go through that with you. You have the order ID, order dates, units costs, price, order quantity, channel, and you have different channels. Yeah, you have the catalog, online, reseller, and store. Yeah, and you have the promotion names, You have promotion types, you have product names, manufacturer, brand name, product subcategory, product category, and you have the store names. Lagos store, you have Abia store, and so on. Yeah. Okay. Then you also have the store zip code, the states. Yeah. Owerri, Ilorin, and so on. Yeah. Aba, Abuja. Then you have the city. You have the city. Okay. And you have the zones. Federal Capital Territory, North Central, Northeast, and so on. So that's the data set we'll be looking at. So I'll go on to Power BI and bring in this data. This data set is an Excel data set. It's Excel. So I'm going to bring it into, I like this. Now, can somebody tell me how do you, I want to bring in the data set, the Excel data set. What do I do? Can somebody guide us?
I think that the first step, we would click on import data.
Okay.
Then on the screen, there's a place on the screen that's showing import from Excel. So I think that's faster. Also, we could go up here and click on this icon that says get data. We can still import it from the Excel workbook. Okay. That's the first step.
So what do I do next? I've clicked on get data. What do I do next? Okay, it's an Excel
workbook
file. That's the file.
Sales copy 3.
Okay, that's good. Okay, thank you. So it's connecting. Said please wait while we establish a connection. So that's being, yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we'll go ahead to transform the data, because it's not good to just load the data without checking it for corrections and any other thing we need to edit, take out the things we don't need, and the rest.
Okay, all right. That's good. Thank you. Okay, yes. Okay, actually, I have cleaned this data, so we don't need to. Yeah, but okay, it's all the time. It's good to transform first, like you said, that's a very good practice. Yeah, to make sure that the data is clean. So let's do the transform. Yeah. Make sure that the data is clean before you load the data. Yeah. So I've just clicked on transform. So it takes you to the Power Query editor, which is the kitchen where you do your cleaning. Yeah. This is where you do your cleaning. Like I did mention, so I've cleaned the data. So yeah, you can see, yeah, it's a clean data. Okay, so what I like us to do here is, I like us to, you have the unit cost here, and you have the price, and you have the quantity. Yeah, I like us to calculate the total sales, the total costs, and the profits. Okay. Okay, can somebody guide us? How do you do that? How can I get, I have my unit cost, I have my price, I have my other quantity. How do I get my total sales and total costs? We can start with total sales. How do you calculate the total sales?
Hello, I have my unit cost by the other quantity with the price in order to get the total sales.
Okay, correct. Okay, so the first thing you do is you add column. Yeah, add column. This time you're adding custom column. You can see create a new column in this table based on a custom formula. So we're going to add a column for the total sales. Yeah. Okay. And what we're calculating here is total sales. Yeah, total sales. Okay, and you did say that total sales is price. Yeah, can you see here it says custom column formula, which is price. Click on it. Yeah, and multiplied, that's your star, by the order quantity. Okay, so that will give you your total sales. Yeah, click on OK. You can see here, yeah, that's your total sales. So we just inserted this column now. Yeah. Okay, this column is null all through. So we're going to take it out. You can see it's null all through. Yeah, if you click on here, you can see it's all null. So I'm going to do this. Yeah. And we want to remove it. We want to remove this column. So it's deleted now. Okay, next, we want the total cost.
Cost should be unit cost times quantity.
Very good.
That's it.
So what do you do? Then custom column.
Then
Okay. Okay.
then
All right.
click on unit cost and quantity.
No, total, you do it's asking for the new column name, which is total costs. Yeah. Total costs. Then you come down here to the formula, and what you need is the unit cost. You double click it, and the star, which is the multiplication sign. Yeah. Multiplication sign times the quantity. That's okay. Okay, so this is your total cost. Yeah. So we got the total sales, total costs. And how do you get your profits? So here we want the profit. Profit. And we want the total sales minus the total costs. Okay. Okay, so this is the profit. Yeah. Okay. What I'd like us to do here, you have okay. I'd like us to, here you have your total sales, you have your total costs, and you have your profit. Yeah. Okay. What I'd like to do, I'd like to change type. I'd like to do fixed decimal number. Let's have a fixed decimal number. Yeah, because we have what's here. Fixed decimal number. We do the same here. Fixed decimal number. So you get that on the change type. Fixed decimal number. Yeah. You could also do the same for total sales, because this is not right where you have the A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, alphanumeric. Figures should be numeric. Yeah. Okay, this is $sign, but we're going to change that later. Okay, so we change this to fixed decimal number. Yeah. Okay, or we could look at the, let's see, you could see what the whole number gives you. So column, place current. Okay. Okay, let's make it whole decimal numbers now. Whole number, please. Let's leave it for whole number. I don't want the decimal places. Okay. So let's get the whole numbers. Okay, so you now have your total sales, total cost, and profit. And you notice that the applied steps, these are the steps that we just took. Yeah. And if you want to cancel any of these, you can just click on the cancel, yeah, to get rid of any of the steps you just taken. Yeah. So this is, yeah, we have this. The next thing I'd like us to do here is to close and apply. Yeah. So close the query editor window and apply the pending changes. Yeah. So you do that, close and apply, and this would take you to, remember, we did all this in Power Query Editor. Yeah. So this will take us to our Power BI desktop. Yeah. Okay. So once this is done, okay, it's loading. Still loading here. Yeah. Okay, while this is loading, you see this. This is the visualization. These are the charts. Yeah, the visualizations. This is where you pick the visualizations up. Yeah. And on the left here, you have, on the left here, this is your, this first bit is your report. This is the table, and this is the model. This is a one table chart. Yeah. I showed you in Excel, so it's one table. If you have questions, please stop me, or you could write it on the chat. Yeah, you could write it on the chat and ask. Okay. Okay. And then changes in your queries that haven't been applied. Apply the changes. It's taking too long to go through. Okay, while this is loading, let me go back to the slides. Yeah, we'll come back to that later. So we are going to look at the different types of visuals. Yeah, the bar charts is called the bar column charts. It's used to compare categories. Example is sales by region. Yeah? And you have the line charts. This shows trends over time. And the example is website traffic over months. Remember, it's trends over time. Yeah, over months or years. Then you have the pie or donut charts. This shows proportions. No, to avoid using for too many segments. Yeah, if you have a lot of charts, don't use the pie or donuts charts. Yeah, and the area charts is used for cumulative change over time. I have the scattered plots, which show relationships or correlations. Example is customer age versus purchase frequency. I have the heat maps, tree maps. Yeah, these are more advanced types for specific scenarios. Now, selecting the right visual, you have different types of visualization in Microsoft Power BI. Different types of data visualizations can be useful for different use cases as well as different audiences. The different types of visualization available in Microsoft Power BI are illustrated as follows. Selecting the right visuals. Yeah, when the objective is to choose visuals that best represent your data story. Yeah, that's yeah, because you need to know the right visuals to choose. Yeah, to represent your data or tell the story. So these are the questions you should ask to deciding what type of visual you want to use. What question are you answering? Is there a comparison question or trend or distribution or, you know, etc. Remember I said trend, use line charts. Yeah. What type of data do you have? Is it categorical or numerical or temporal? So these are the questions you ask for you to choose the right visual. And you should also look at the audience level of expertise, yeah, in deciding what visual to use. Yeah, decision tree method. Use a simple decision tree. What to show change over time. Yeah, if you want to show change over time. Remember I said the line chart is for trends. When you're talking about time, yeah, months, years, yeah, you use the line or area charts. If you want to compare categories, you use the bar or column charts. If you want to show correlation, you use the scatter charts. So yeah, with this, yeah, let's see if check the, okay, so finish loading. Yeah, so this is what we have. We have our total cost, we have our total sales, and we have our unit costs. Yeah. If you look at these charts, these are the different charts. Stack bar chart. This is stack column chart. Clustered bar charts. You see, once you hover around it, it tells you the type of chart it is. This is the line chart. Yeah, you have the pie chart, or you have the donuts. Yeah, and this is the map. Yeah, you have the table charts. You have, so once you move around it, once you move around it, it tells you the type of chart it is. Okay. Okay. Well, let me go back to this. I'll just talk a bit about this chart. Then we'll go back to the demo. Yeah. Okay. So the area charts, which is the basic and stack charts. So the basic area chart is based on the line charts. Yeah, the line charts with the area between the axes and line filled in. So the basic area charts are a great choice to see and compare the volume trend across the time series, like I mentioned earlier. So for an individual series representing a physical countable set. And you have the bar and column charts. Yeah, so that's the bar and column chart. Yes, when you're talking about like total sales variance, yeah, by fiscal month, average selling area size by store type chain. So that's your bar chart here. I'm going to show you the different types of chart because we won't be drawing all of them. So I'll just go through this quickly. Yeah, so Microsoft Power BI visualization, this is the combo chart. A combo chart combines a column chart and a line chart. Yeah, you can see it has a line chart. Combining the two charts into one lets you make a quicker comparison of the data. The combo charts can have one or two y-axes, so be sure to look closely. Combo charts are a great choice when you have a line chart and a column chart with the same x-axis. To compare multiple measures with different value ranges and to illustrate the correlation between two measures in one visual. And you have the donut charts. Yeah. A donut chart is similar to a pie chart. Yeah. The only difference is that you have this in that it shows the relationship of parts to a whole. The only difference is that the center is blank, you have here, and allows space for a label or icon. Okay. That's a donut. And you have the cards. Yeah. The card actually is like if you want to, if you're presenting to like the stakeholders, they want to see what the total sales is, the total cost and the profit. So you just put the figure on a card like this. Yes. So sometimes a single number is the most important thing you want to track in your Power BI dashboard or reports, such as total sales, like I mentioned, profit and total cost. This type of visualization is called a CAD. So it's just called a CAD. As with almost all of the native Power BI visualization, CADs can be created using the report editor, also in Q&A. Okay, single number CADs display a single fact, a single data point. Yeah. And you have the funnel. You can see the funnel, yeah, as the name implies, it's just like a funnel. Yeah. So funnels help visualize your data. Yeah. Okay, you have at a glance, the shape of the funnel conveys the health of the process you're tracking. So each funnel stage represents a percentage of the total. Percentage of the total. So in most cases, a funnel chart is shaped like a funnel. Yeah? With the first stage being the largest, as you have it here. Yeah, and each subsequent stage smaller than its predecessor. So that's your funnel chart. And you also have the key influencers. Yeah. I'll go back to this. Okay, this you can see. Okay, this is your funnel chart. Okay, also this is your scatter chart. We'll look at all of them. Well, that's your donut. Yeah. Yeah, this is your map. And over here, because I'm going to talk about here, you have the AI visuals. Yeah, you have the Q&A, you have the key influencers, and you have the decomposition tree and the narrative. Yeah, these visuals are called the AI visuals. Yeah. So we'll demo some of them, but we won't have time to demo all. Yeah, so, okay, I'll go back quickly to that. Okay, So let's see what the key influencers chart does. The key influencer chart displays the major contributors to a selected result or value. Yeah. So key influencers are a great choice to help you understand the factors that influence the key metrics. For example, what influences customers to place a second order? Yeah, you want to know what influences customers to place another order. Yeah, to place the second order. Yeah, and why were sales so high last month? Yeah, you want to know why sales were high last month or last 2 months or last week. Was it so these are the things, what's influenced the sales to be high. These are this is what this will tell you. And you have the KPI charts. KPI stands for the key performance indicator. Yeah, this is a visual cue that communicates the amount of progress made towards a measurable goal. So when to use a KPI? KPI is a great choice to measure progress. Answers the question, what am I ahead or behind on? Yeah, what are you ahead of? What are you where are you lagging behind? Why is your sale not doing well? These are the questions. Yeah, you want to measure. How far ahead or behind are you? Yeah. Okay, you have the line chart, like I mentioned earlier. Line chart emphasizes the overall shape of an entire series of values, usually over time, trends. Yeah. So choosing effective visuals. Yeah, we looked at the visuals, and the right visual makes all the difference. Yeah. So you need to know what visual to use at any point in time. This is sales by country using the line chart here. This is an area chart here. Okay. Okay, let's go back to the chart now. Let's see. Suppose I want to insert, like if you're building a report, the first thing you want to do is you can insert your logo. Yeah, insert your logo, then bring in the cards. Okay, so let's insert the logo. So you go to insert. Yeah, then image. Okay, I have an image of the Textiler logo, bringing it in here. Okay, so we have that here. That's the logo we just inserted. Okay, and you also want the visuals. Suppose, like I mentioned earlier, if you're building a report, you want to present, you want the total sales, the total cost, and the profit as cards. So let's go to the card. Yeah, I'm going to bring that in here. Okay, and what we want here is the total sales. So click on that. The total sales. Okay, total sales. Then we also want another card. We want the total cost here. Yeah. And we want the profit here. So bring in another card. Bring it up here. And profits. Okay. Okay. Here we have the sum of sales. I'm going to do the average of sales, average of unit costs, and the average of profit. Okay, so we have that. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to, let's bring in the title. Let's say the title is Sales Analysis Report. So let's go to text box. We're going to use the text box. Yeah. Okay, let me type it first. I'll bring it in. So sales analysis report. Sales analysis report. Okay. We're going to increase the size. Could make it 32. Okay. Gonna bring it up here. Okay, and you can format it. You can make it italics, colors. Just pick any color you want. Yeah. Okay, do this. Yeah. So you could underline it, you could make it bold. Yeah. So it's up to you what you want. Yeah. So this is the different formats you could use. Yeah. Now over here, we could. Okay, before we come on to that, let's do sales. Suppose you want. Okay, if you want the different visuals first, let's do some visuals. Okay, let's do some format here. Yeah. This is your format page here. And this is where you build your visuals, and this is format your report. You use this to format your report. Okay, so if you open this up, this is page information. Yeah, this is your canvas settings. Yeah, so it depends on what you want. You want your canvas background. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you could use all this to format your reports. Yeah. Before we do that, let's bring in some visuals. Suppose I want profit by channel. I want to see what channels, yeah, what channels are making the most profit. Yeah, so I'm going to, let me use this visual, this cluster charts visual. Yeah. Let's focus mode, make it bigger. Yeah. I want the profit. Want to see which channel. Yeah. Channel by profit. Okay. So we're going to do this, the profit, average profit. So from this chart, you can see that the catalog, yeah, catalog is doing very well. So the catalog is doing, the profit is 3,343.60, while online you have 2,862.40, and reseller, the profit here is 2377.53. So catalog is doing very well. The profit you're getting from here is higher than the store is 1,855.82. Yeah. So once you hover around this, yeah, it tells you the channel and the profit. Okay. So let's go back to report. Yeah, could do that here. So you have catalog, online, resellers. Remember, I did mention that this is a store. Yeah, it's a store. When I was explaining the data set, I did mention that the store, yeah, they have the different products we looked at, and they can sell through catalogs or online or through the resellers or from the store. So these are the different channels. Yeah. So we've seen profit by channel. So you can tell a story. You can ask different questions and yeah, and use the chart to tell a story. Suppose we want the total sales. Yeah, we can also ask for total sales by product. Let's see which product category, yeah, is doing well. This time, let's use a pie chart. We're using a pie chart here, yeah. Okay. Which product? We want to see which product is, yeah. Which products are they selling more? Yeah. Okay. By total sales. Let's look at the total sales by product. Okay, no, that's not product category. Product category. Okay. So we have different product categories. We have computers, cameras and camcorders, TV and video, yeah, cell phones, music. So these are the different product categories, and audio. So here we have computers is doing very well, 38.45%, yeah, followed by cameras and camcorders, then TV, yeah. You can see that once I point to it, the tooltip tells you what products these are, TV and video. And you have the cell phones, you have music, movies, and audio, and the audio. Yeah, so these are the different product categories. So the pie chart tells a story, tells you which product is doing very well. Yeah, as you can see, the computers, followed by cameras and camcorders. Okay, so that's your pie chart here. Then let's you can ask any questions. You can tell a story with all this. Yeah, if you want to. Okay, let's It's always better to do the average of total sales. Yeah, average of total sales. Okay, let's tell another story. Suppose you want, okay, we did total sales by product. Yeah, okay. Now let's suppose we want total sales by total sales. Let's do total sales by channel. Okay, how did I get the average? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Like if you get here, look at the legend here. Yeah. This is the legend. Okay. If you click on this arrow down key, you can see the different fields. You either want the sum or average or minimum. So I pick the average here. Yeah, so that gives you the average of total sales. Yeah, if you want the count of sales, these are the different, you could pick whatever you want. Yeah, but I picked average here because I wanted the average of total sales. Yeah, is that okay? Did you see that under values here? When you click the arrow down key, it brings that up. Okay. And under legend, you have, when you click the under legend here, you can do remove field, rename for this. You can do all that here. Yeah. Okay. But if you want the values, this is where you do pick the values you want. Yeah. Okay. Now let's get another visual. Suppose we want, okay, we've done total sales by product category, total sales by channel. You can do total sales by channel. Let's look at that so that you see this is the profit by channel. So you want to see the channels that are selling more. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to do a focus so you can see. So this is what we did before was the profits. Yeah. So here you can see that the store is selling more here. No, okay, this is average. I need to do average of sales. Yeah. So here you can see catalog is selling more. Yeah. Followed by online, reseller, and store. People buy from the store. You know, there. So these are the total sales by channel. Yeah, you can see that. So with this, you can tell stories. Okay, I'm going to, okay, let's look at this. Suppose you want to format this. Yeah, I'm going to do general. Let's say title on. Yeah, this is where you do your formatting. You can do effects. Yeah, if you want colors, suppose you want, yep, you can pick a color you want, any color you want. Yeah. So this is where you, anyway, when you're doing your report, you don't have to put, I'm just showing you this, but when you're doing your report, you don't want so many colors. Yeah. Yeah. You don't want so many colors, but because I'm showing you this, I'm going to just go through that. And your transparency, you could increase that a bit. Yeah. Visual border, if you want visual border, you can see the effects. Yeah, if you want your shadow on. Yeah. So this is where if you want your tooltip on. So this is where you do the effects. Yeah. And if you want properties, okay. Okay, so if you have this, yeah, if you've formatted this, yeah, you don't have to format, you could use the format painter to just copy this across. Like this says, yeah, like the formatting of something in your document, use format painter to apply that look to other content. So you select content with formatting you like. You know, choose the format painter, select to apply. So if I select this and drag it, I select the format painter, yeah, and drag it here, you can see that it formats all the formatting that were applied here is applied here too. Yeah, so click on it again, and yeah, you can see that. Yeah, so all the formatting you applied, so you don't have to keep going one, formatting each of them, yeah, one by one. You could just format one and just copy it across. Okay, let's go to page 2. I'm going to use the Q&A here. You go to insert, yeah, the Q&A. Q&A stands for question and answer. We all know that. So I'm going to click on that. Yeah. So with this Q&A, remember I did mention that is one of the AI visuals. Yeah. Here, just speak English. Just say what you want, and it will give you the, yeah. So suppose I want total sales. I'll just tell it total sales. Yeah. Total sales. Yeah. I could say total sales. Okay, total sales by channel. I could say total sales by channel. By channel. I could say as pie, as a pie chart. A pie chart. Did you see what happened? Yeah, just write this and it gives you don't have to go and start clicking or selecting anyone. Yeah, you just say total sales by pie charts and it gives you a pie chart. Yeah, so yeah, could even change it. You could also say profit by channel, profit by channel, profit is gone. Profit by channel, okay, it gives you a bar chart. So you could say as bar charts, give you that. Yeah, so you can see that store is doing well here. So you can just Q&A, just ask any question you want and they will give you. Yeah, okay. Profit by channel as pie. Yeah, you can also say as pie charts. Pie charts. Give you that. If you want it as a table, Let's see how the table is. We give you that. Yeah, but this is better to have like a pie chart, the pictures, the visual. Yeah. And suppose I want the top 5 products. Yeah, the top 5 products. Remember, if you look at this is the table. Yeah, these are the different products. Yeah, product names. These are the manufacturers. Yeah, and these are product subcategories. These are the product categories. Yeah. Suppose I want the top 5 products. Yeah, that are making the top 5 profit making products. I could just say top 5 products. Products by profits. By profits. By profits. Can we see that? Top 5 products named sales by total profit. So this is making the Kekule projector. Yeah, is making more profits than this one. This is the highest making profits product. Yeah, followed by the Prosware projector. Yeah, this one. Yeah. So it tells you how much profit each of them is making. Yeah. So because this is very good for stores or organizations, you want your top 5 profit making products. Yeah. You can also say you want the top 5 products that you're selling by sales. Top 5 products by total sales. Which ones are selling more by total sales? Okay, so this is selling more too. You can see there. That's followed by this one. So you can always check this using your Q&A. Yeah. You can say all you need to do is just type it in there and it will give you the value. Okay, let's go back to, and over here too, if you want, let's go to page 3 and try something else. Suppose you want let's look at the zone, the channels by zone, or even let's look at this by zone. Okay, so you can see the sum of the profits the profit by zones. Which zones? The Southeast is doing very well, followed by the North Central, the Federal Capital, South. Yeah, and it tells you the average profits. The average profit for Southeast is 2,560.26. Yeah, followed by that. So you can ask any question you want here, and we will give you. You can tell a story with that. Yeah. Okay, let's look at this. Suppose you have, I'm going to bring in the, remember I mentioned that once you move around this, it will tell you where exactly what's, okay, still have some things on the slide. Okay, let me come back to this. I want to go through some of the things on the slide before I continue. Okay, the Q&A, I did mention that the Q&A visual allows users to ask natural language questions, English, yeah, and get answers in the form of a visual, like we just saw. Our customers, consumers can use it to quickly get answers to their data. Designers can also use it to create visuals quickly. If you're a report designer, this article is for you. Yeah, it supports themes and other default formatting options available inside Power BI. Yeah, so the Q&A, we've seen it, and you also have the map. You use a basic map to associate both categorical and quantitative information with special applications. Yeah. Okay. Configure and edit visuals. Yeah, and adding a report theme. Okay, let's look at how to do that. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go back here. Yeah. Okay, suppose you want to add a theme. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to, before we do that, let me go through the notice first. Yeah. Okay. Filtering. Suppose you want, yeah, you notice that if I click on, I just clicked on reseller, yeah, and all this, it changes, yeah, to reflect, yeah, to reflect what, you know, all the information in the reseller channel. Remember, these are the different channels. If I click on catalog, you can see even these values change. Yeah, so these are the total sales in the catalog using catalog. Yeah, and so you can use this to filter across once you click on it. Yeah, so these are the values for online. These are the values for reseller. Yeah, these are the values for store. Yeah, so okay, let me click on to show you the theme. Yeah, if you click on view, yeah, you see, and click on this arrow down, you can see the different themes. Yeah, suppose you're doing a report for for MTN, you know the color is yellow. If it's Glow, you know the color. So depending on the company you're working for, yeah, you want to use the color codes. Yeah. So suppose I pick this, yeah, you can see the color code. That's the theme. The theme changes. Yeah, the theme changes. So that's the color code. Yeah, and these are the themes, and so you can change to whatever theme you want. Yeah, once you come here under view, yeah, pick different theme, the colors you want. Yeah. Okay, let me quickly go back here. Yeah, because of time, I'll just wash this. Format and configure visualizations. Yeah, you control the look and feel of each visual. We've gone through the sales by country. Yeah. Exactly. This is the format I showed you earlier on. Turn on your title and data colors, y-axis. Yeah. Okay. Doing visuals to reports. And also, if you want, suppose you want more visuals. Okay, I'm going to do the scroll. Okay, suppose I want the scroller bar. Okay, you have, if you want more visuals, you click on this, get more visuals. Yeah, click on it, get more visuals. Okay. If the visuals are not listed here, you can always click on that. Okay, so suppose I want the scroller bar, I'll do a search for it. Scroller bar. Okay, so this is the scroller bar. Yeah, I'll bring it in. Okay, so I want to add that. Yeah. Okay, so I've just added it. It wasn't there before. Import successful. This visual was successfully imported into this report. Okay, so I want to bring it in here. I'm going to make it. Okay. Suppose I want it down there. This is the scroller bar. What I want on this, I want to show the total costs, total sales, and the profit. Okay, you can see, yeah, you can see the values, the scrolling. Yeah, so if you want the scroller bar on, this is how to add it. Yeah. Okay. Let's look at how to add buttons. Suppose you want a button. Well, before we do that, let me add okay, this is the map. This is the map. Okay, we didn't really do map, so yeah. All if you want any of these, yes, because I mean I can't try. We can't work on all of them. I'll just pick any of the any of these values, and you can pick a chart. Okay, this is your scatter charts too. Yeah. Yeah. Looking for the. Okay, suppose we want to put what is okay. Let me move this one to the side, the logo to the side, so that we can put a button here. Yeah, you go to insert. We want a button. A button. Okay, suppose we want the right button to take us to the next page. Click on it. Okay. Okay. Then general. You need to action, put it on. Yeah. So here it says control, click here to go back to the previous page of this report. When you click on your control, it takes you to the next page. That's how the button works. So for you to take it back, you click on, you put the button here again. Yeah. Suppose you want the back button, the left arrow now. Yeah. Left arrow. Then you always have to turn the action on. So once you do that, yeah. Okay, so that's how the buttons work. You can use this to move from one page to the other. Yeah. Okay. Control and this key will take you to the next page. Yeah. And if you want to go back, control like that. Okay. Take you. Okay. What I'd like us to look at next is to create a mobile view of the reports. Like if you want a mobile view of the reports, let's go to view. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, over here, it wasn't on the visual. I had to bring it in. Remember? Yeah, I first went to here, these three dots tells you, it says get more visuals. When you click on it, yeah, you can get in more visuals. That's why I did. And I brought in the scroller. This is the scroller. Yeah. So that's why I clicked, but I had to bring it in using this. Okay, let me click this again. Get more visuals. Shows you all the visuals you can bring in. Yeah, it's loading. So I did a search for the scroller bar and brought it in. So it's up to you. You can look through this and see if there are other visuals you want to bring in. Yeah. Okay, you can do a search. You have organizational visuals. You have all visuals here. You have the app visuals. Yeah, app source visuals. Yeah. So it's up to you. You have all the visuals here. So if you scroll down, you have several visuals. Financial reporting. Yeah. So it's up to you really. Okay. So I brought this in, I brought the scroller bar, and once you click on it, yeah, okay, let me do it on the next page so that you see this down. Okay, I'm going to bring it up here again. That's the scroller bar. You can see the scroller. Yeah. So, okay, I want it down there, so I'm going to, yeah, I want it down here. Okay, let me reduce this. Suppose I want it up here, down here. Yeah, because it's a scroller bar, you can expand it to fill this space. Yeah. Then you can pick whatever you want to show on the scroller bar. Yeah. I picked total costs, total sales, and profit. Yeah, and the scrolls across for you. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I think do you have the mobile view before the question came in? Yeah. Okay, if you want the mobile view, this is auto create. Yeah. Yeah, can you see the mobile view? It's now for you to arrange them the way you want. Yeah. So this is how you see your report on your mobile. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so this is where you get the mobile view. Yeah. It's not all done though, but you can see, yeah, how it would look like the mobile view. And once you're done with your report, let's go back to okay. Okay. Okay, once you're done with your report, let me just show you how to publish before we call it a day. Yeah. Yeah, this is where you publish. You publish this report. Yeah, that's when you're done with it. Publish this report online in the Power BI service. So you click on this. Yeah. Okay. Okay, do you want to save? Yes. Save. We need to save it first. Okay, let's save it as text styler. Text styler save. Yeah. So save it. Okay. So now publish. So once you publish it, it goes to the Power BI service. Yeah, saving to OneDrive. This will take a while. Upload later to save your file. So do that. So it saves it to the Power BI service, which is online. Remember, we've been working on the desktop. Yeah, this is the desktop. Yeah, but once you publish it, you have it online. Yeah, you can see it online. Yeah, so that others can look at it. Collaborate. So questions? Do you have any questions? Any questions with what we've done so far? Okay. So I want to save it on my workspace. Okay, I'm going to post the while this is published.
A standard number of visuals to show on a single report, or you just like choose based on how you feel like it. And also the sliders and filters, I don't know, how does it affect the visuals?
Okay, this is published to this is successful. So I'll just show you, you know, how it would look like, you know, on the Power BI service. Yeah. Okay, one minute, I'll answer your question. You asked if there is, okay, so this is your Power BI service. You can see this is online. This is how your report would look like. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you did ask if your report shouldn't be so busy. Yeah, it shouldn't be so busy. You can have, it depends on what you're doing actually. Yeah, it shouldn't be so busy. But you can have several pages of your reports. Yeah. And then you have a dashboard. The dashboard is just a one-page report. What you could do is you take the very important visual, yeah, that you need to present to the stakeholders and put it on the dashboard. Yeah, you might have up to 5 pages or 10 pages of your report. Yeah, then just pick the visuals that you want on the dashboard and use it to present. Yeah, the slides actually is on the page. Yeah, but let me go back to, got it. Okay. Okay, like I said, okay, like filters, you have filters on a page. You can have filters on a page. You can also have filters on all pages. You can set filters on all pages. Yeah, but with a slicer, you could have it on, you know, they moved, let me see. Okay, this is a slicer here. Okay, this is a slicer actually. Okay, suppose we want, let me just show you how the slicer works here. Okay, this is the slicer. Okay, I use this list slicer. Yes, suppose you want, let's even assume we want to show something on the date. Yeah, date hierarchy. We're going to use the years. Yeah, I want to use the years here. So we have year 2011, 2012, and 2013. Yeah. Okay. If I click on 2011, yeah, you can see these changes. So these are the values for year 2011. Yeah, these are the values. Okay, if I do 2012, yeah, you can see the values change too. Yeah, so the slicers, depending on the year you want to show, it would tell you the years. It will show, yeah. The difference between the slicer and the filter, yeah, is okay. The slicer is on the canvas. You can see it. Yeah, it's on the reports. Yeah, but the filters, you set it up this way here. Yeah, you set it up here. Okay, like here we have you have the filters here. Yeah, and you have the basic filtering, which is 2011. Yeah, the same years. Yeah, so if I want to use the filter here, I could also say 2013. Suppose we select everything. Yeah. If I want to check for, you can deselect the years you don't want to check for now. Yeah. So you can either use the filter or the slicer, depending on what you're doing. Yeah. And suppose I want even the channels. Let's look at the channels. Okay, let me do this. Yeah. Okay, if I'm looking at this, the year here, so okay, so suppose I want this is the channel now. I'm using the channel in the filter now. Suppose I just want to look at what I don't want to check on catalog. I don't want catalog to be included. Just click on it, yeah, and you see, yeah, okay, click on it and you see that let me this, yeah, select that. Catalog. Yeah, you can see that catalog disappears here. Yeah, I filtered. I don't want the catalog listed on my visual, so on this visual, and you can see the catalog just disappeared. Yeah, so that's how it works anyway. Yeah, so you can either use this filter here or this. Yeah, but when you're presenting, yeah, when you're doing your presentation, you would have set the filters of this. Yeah, but if you're using the slicer, you can, because it's on the visual, you can click on it to show whatever you want. This is the scroller. I added it. Yeah, when I said it wasn't with the visuals. Yeah, so I clicked on these 3 dots to get more visuals and brought it in here. Yeah, so once you click on any of these visuals, yeah, you can bring it in here. Yeah, so I brought it into the canvas, then I selected total sales, total costs, and profits, and that's what you have here. Yeah, sum of total costs, total sales, and profits.